Mataji, would you like to lead Kirtan for 5 minutes? Jai Radha Madhav.
Yes, Mother. Sure.
The moment you see another 4, 5 of them, then you can stop. Thank you.
Yes.
Mataji, you can make me host or co-host because I'll have to share the screen. Thank you. Thank
Hare
you
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
so much. Yeah.
Yes, Mother.
Yes, you can start, Mataji.
Jai Radha Madhav. Jai Radha Madhav.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Wonderful. You are really blessed. Hare Krishna. Please accept my obeisances. So let's start today's session. with the invocation prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tadojayam Dire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Shrimate Swami Namane Namacha Nitya Kripa Patani Gaura Kata Damdaya Nakra Mukham Kroti Vachalam Bungam Yat Kripa Tina Tarin Pananda Hare Krishna. So there are 67 who have enrolled themselves in this Pastimes of Srimad Bhagavatam group. And I could see only 7. And if I count myself also, then 8. So you all should be given a medal. Yeah. So I can, from this distance, I can only do this, that bow down to you all. And one time chant for you all the Mahamantra, so that you all can progress with your family and the loved ones on the spiritual as well as material platform. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna to all of you.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, without the will of Lord, nothing happens, but our endeavor also should be there. Yeah. So by coming on board, that is your endeavor. Okay, so we start today's session. As I said, the speaker was somebody else, but because Radhanath Swami Maharaj is in Pune, so she got the message last moment. So she said, Mataji, what to do? I don't know. Yesterday I was very bad. I mean, yesterday and day before yesterday I was very bad. So I'm sitting with the water. So you all have to excuse me if I go bad. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam. The initial 3 shlokas, Bhaktisant Saraswati Thakur, for the shloka number 1, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, first shloka. It took almost for 3 months. We can't even tolerate for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, the Shravanam, because the Shravanam is going to take us beyond, So I'll just recite this 3 shlokas with everybody's permission. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So it says, how many of you all have ever referred these shlokas? Anytime? Nobody? Really? No one? Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter.
Mataji, I have
by
just
heart?
listened in all Bhagavatam class, but I have not referred through the book, Mataji.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. It says, Janmadhyasya yato yanvaya ativa anavaya ati rekhabhyam. So, Janmadhyasya yato anavaya vyati rekha Arthu abhignya swarata tene brahma hridaya adi kavaya muhyanti yat surayah tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha dhamna svena sada niratsat kohakam satyam param dhimahi. So Bhaktisant Saraswati Thakur gave the discourse, like lecture, for 3 months, because if we see, it is speaking about Lord Krishna, who is son of Vasudev, who is all pervading as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It says, I pay obeisance to him. Yeah, Brahma is saying, I'm paying obeisance to him. Who? I meditate upon him, that absolute truth, the primeval cause of all causes, of the creation, sustainer, destruction of the manifestation of this universe. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations. Yeah, he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him, that is beyond Krishna. Yeah, he is the only first imparted, the one who imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahma. If you see in the shloka, it said, Adi Hridaye Kaveye Muhyanti. Yeah, the original living being that Supreme Personality of Godhead created, that is Brahmaji. And by him, even the great sages and the demigods are placed into illusion. Yeah. And it says that one is bewildered by the illusionary representation of, now he is giving example, what is that illusionary and representation? That within the water we see fire, on the land we see water, mirage, and it says because he do the material universes, yeah, because of him is the material universe, which is temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three mode of material, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamaguna, yeah, appearing. That factual, which we feel it is real, factual. And although they are unreal, they are not realistic, yeah. So Brahmaji is saying, I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is the eternal existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory energy. How beautiful it is. Yeah. So he says, I meditate upon him. Yeah. That's the reason it's the last shloka says that niratsat, negation by absence. Yeah. Kuhakam, that is illusory energy. Satyam, that is truth. Param, absolute. Yeah. Dhimahi, I meditate upon him. Who is saying this? Brahmaji is saying this. Yeah. Who is the first creation by the Lord. And then same is with that's how the second shloka and the third shloka is also very important. It says, Dharma projita kaitava atra parmo nirmatsaranam satam vaidyam vastamattava vastu shivadham tapatryon Shriman Bhagavate Mahamuni krite kimma parishwarah sadhyo hridhi avrudyate kritibihi susrushubhihi takshanat. Again, we can take months together to speak on this shlokas because they are the initial ones. These are the base of the entire 12 cantos of Bhagavatam. It says, completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavatam Puran propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure by their heart. Otherwise, you can't even hear. I started with my class that 67. Okay, if we leave the speakers and the ICF coordinators, okay, leave 10, leave 15, leave 20. Where are 50 plus? There are hardly sometimes 10, sometimes 12. Yeah, because Lord's arrangement has to be there. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, yeah, compiled by this great sage Vyasadeva, yeah, in his maturity, he realized there is something which is incomplete, and then he was being chastised by Narada Muni. And then he wrote this Bhagavatam, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scriptures? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of the Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within the heart. How beautiful, how beautiful. Yeah. So we only have to that's what Prabhupada said. Every day read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, one shloka. Not possible? Okay. Just run your eyes, roll your eyes through it. Yeah. And the third shloka, why? It says, what is Bhagavatam? Not only Lord himself in black and white, paper and the words. Reading itself, Bhagavatam is, it says, Nigamakalpataro galitam phalam shukhamukha amrita davasyamyutham vipata bhagavatam rasamalyam muhuraha rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. That is, O expert, it says, O expert and the thoughtful men, relishes Srimad Bhagavatam, the matured fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literature. It emanates from the lips of Sri Shukdev Goswami. Yeah, therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. How beautiful, how beautiful. Yeah. So with that note, we start our today's session. Did I share my screen? Oh, I'm just speaking and I did not share my screen. Sorry, I'm very sorry. Okay, Archana Mataji is asking shloka numbers. Yes, Mataji, it is 1.1.1 to 3. Okay, the first canto, first chapter, 3 shlokas. Hope I was audible during my kirtan. Yes, Mataji, Sudha Mataji, you were very much. Yeah. Okay. So I will share the screen and we are only 7, no problem, because I have to just cover 3-4 shlokas. So who would like to read the first shloka? We will run through the shlokas, translation, and then we will try to summarize. Yeah. Anyone who wants to take up reading? Please, Archana Mataji, 6th canto, 19th chapter, 21st shloka.
Na puja vidina masandvadasahayanam nitva to paramet sadvi kartike charame ahani.
Haribol. Thank you, Mataji.
Translation.
Somebody else for the translation, Mataji. We'll give others chance. Yeah.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Somebody else for the translation? Translation by Shri Prabhupada. Please. Yes, Krishnamurti Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. The chaste wife must perform such devotional service continuously for 1 year. After 1 year passes, she should fast on all full moon day in the month of Kartika, October to November. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes. We will read the shlokas first. Yeah. 22nd shloka. Who wants to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Please, Sudha Mataji, go ahead. 6, 19, 22.
Yeah. Mataji, I'm audible, right?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Svobhute pa upa krishya krishnam abhyarchya purvavat payastretena juhuyas charuna saha sarpisha pakayajna vidanena Dvadashaivahuti patihi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Somebody else for the translation, please.
I can read the translation, Mataji.
Yes, please. Priya Mataji, go ahead.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. On the morning of the next day, one should wash oneself, and after worshipping Lord Krishna as before, one should cook as one cooks for the festival as stated in the Graha Sutras. Sweet rice should be cooked with ghee, and with this preparation, the husband should offer oblations to the fire 12 times.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Yes, somebody for 23. Sindhu Mataji, you want to read it? Please go ahead.
Yes,
Sindhu
Mataji.
Mataji.
Please, Loka.
Yes.
Okay, Mataji.
6,
Text
19.
23.
Yeah, go ahead.
Asisah sirasadhaya vijay prithai samiritah pranamya sirasa bhaktya Punjeta tad anujnaya.
Thank you.
Translation by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will give others the chance, Mataji, for translation, if you
Sure,
don't
sure.
mind. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, somebody else for the translation, please. Translation by Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Yeah. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ji. Thereafter, you should satisfy the Brahmanas. When the satisfied Brahmanas bestow their blessings, he should devotedly offer their respectful obeisances with his head. And with their permission, he should take prasada.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
One last shloka, and please, who wants to read? Six 1924. Who wants to read? We are 8. Please take up the seva. Because when we read, we are purifying ourselves. No one? Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Mataji, you are audible, Mataji.
Yeah, please read the shloka. Somebody read the shloka. Hare Krishna. Achayam aghata kritva vagayat saha bandhubihi dadhayat patanye charo shisham suprayajat stvam susubhayaga. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Before taking his meal, the husband must first seat the Acharya comfortably and along with his relatives and friends, should control his speech and offer prasad to Guru. Then the wife should eat the remnants of the obligation of the sweet rice cooked with ghee. Eating the remnants ensures a learned, devoted son and all good fortunes. Hare Krishna. Beautiful. So as we see, first of all, we need to understand this is, as we all know, the title is the Pumsavan ritualistic vrata, isn't it? It is performing the Pumsavan ritualistic ceremony. That is the vrata. Diti is taking this vow of vrata. But if you see, actually, in the last chapter, we have finished. She has already delivered. We all understand how Marutsa been born, what happened, how the children were born, what happened, whose act was this, what Indra did, why, and what was the effect. Yeah. So, but Parikshit Maharaj asked question to Shukdev Goswami. So if the question is asked, the speaker has to answer satisfactorily. Now here the question of Parikshit Maharaj was that I understand that Diti has taken the vow, yeah, and it got fulfilled. I want to know the details, the integrities in detail. What was this vow? How she performed it? If by performing this, it pleased the Lord. So what is the indirect message for us? That hear it properly, because in the coming shlokas we'll come to know what is the effect of this Pumsavan Vrata, this vow when we take. If an unmarried girl takes this vow, then what is the fruits? If a husband is taking this vow, what happens? If parents take the vow, what happens? If a sick person takes this vow for 1 year, what is the result? If the parents who doesn't have children, if they do take this vow, what happens? Yeah. So on and on and on. Now, if you'll see, Diti has been asked by her husband to follow this vrata for 1 year. And after doing this 1 year vrata, one has to do the Purna Ahuti by keeping a fast on Ekadashi on a Kartik month, which falls in October and November. How fortunate we are. We are also in October month, isn't it? I mean, when I was reading, when I was listening, I thought, oh, this is exactly October month. Only because of Adhik Mas, the Kartik has been pushed further. Otherwise, this was supposed to be Kartik month. So Deti is supposed to do the Purnahoti after following for 1 year. So after 1 year, there are some particular words that is being said. Chaste wife in Kali Yuga, very difficult. But Prabhupada said, those who chant, those who are Krishna conscious, for them this is not applicable. And it says after passing 1 year, such devotional service should fast on the full moon day. Very, very detailed it is given, full moon day in the Kartik month. Again, one has to fast for that 1 day, yeah. And it says one has to offer sweet rice. So that's the reason it is very important when we say we are doing puja, we have to have sweet. Sweet, but with sweet rice, cooked with ghee and sweet. It has got, significance, because that is what Purna Ahuti we give. And then it says that after this is done, the husband should offer obligation in the fire 12 times. So in the initial also, the shloka was also given, and how many times the particular mantra was supposed to be said 10 times, and then this obligation into fire is supposed to be 12 times. Because when we do something, there is the word used, with the regulative principles. We have to follow strictly these rules to get the results. And then again, it says when these satisfied brahmanas, because after the one who does this sacrifice, after they are done, it says these satisfied brahmanas bestow their blessings. He should devotedly offer them obeisances with his head. Yeah, so that we have to bow our head down. Bowing our head down means what? That we are surrendered, and our humbleness and our gratitude towards, thanking them to help us. Because the Brahmana is the mediator between Lord and the Bhakta. And then the offering to the Acharyas has to be done first. So beautiful. So few things are there that we will try to dive in detail. Give me a minute to sip water. My throat is going. Sorry. Okay, we'll try to see that. Now, if we see this whole, all the, throughout this chapters, shlokas, we see that it talks about vrata. And as I was saying, we just have, everybody must have celebrated Chaturthi Mas. There was a Ganesh Chaturthi, which was again a vrata. And then now we are heading for Kartik Vrata. During the Kartik Vrata, last 5 days will be Bhisham Panchaka, again a Vrata. Then followed by Katyani Vrata. The girls will say, we'll follow this Vrata so that, we get a good husband. The boys will follow this Vrata so that they can get a good girl. So all these Vratas, all these vows are ultimately what is the reason behind? It is not only to get something, but to please the Lord. This should be the right mood and understanding. We worship Radharani, the concept of Krishna. In Vrindavan, that's why it says Radhe Radhe. They will hardly say Krishna. They will say Radhe Radhe. Somebody asked, why Radhe Radhe? Why not Krishna? See, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He said the moment you say Radhe Radhe, what happens is Krishna is also following you. So Vrindavanis are very smart. This we are good. We are fine with Radhe Radhe. कहते राधे राधे कहोगे राधे 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 कहते ही कान्हा भी देखोगे तुम आते आते. So all the Brajbasis, they sing like this songs, saying that, why we have to say Krishna? Because the moment you say Radha, Krishna, forgets everything and he is behind us. So that's what we want, So this 19th chapter, when the question was asked and this answer is given, the whole chapter goes on for Diti, how she is giving birth, and also it is said that one has to hear this katha of Marut's birth, how this Maruts have been taken birth. Why? Because though Diti's mood was something else, while serving her husband, there was a cunning message that I want this. And what is that for? When husband comes to know that she wants a son who will kill Indra, he was not feeling good because he has already promised. So being very smart, instead of saying him, no, this is wrong, don't do this, he said, okay, but if you want a son, then you have to follow this. So keeping in mind that if I tell her to do this, because she wants son, she will do it. And then Krishna, the Lord, will definitely take care. And though she will be doing avidhi purvakam, avidhi purvakam means she may have, her intentions may be something else, but Krishna is definitely going to take care. Because she's going to follow something. If you see in Gaudiya Sampradaya, we have all the Goswamis, Chatu Goswamis and all. In that also, we learn from them also. It is clearly mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita also that all these Goswamis, they were so dedicated in their services. They would not even, like to sit in the same place where they were sitting on the previous day for their meditation. They say, no, we will get attached. If we get into the attachment, then we will fall down. That is the mood we need to learn. Also, we learn from the mood of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. They were working in with the Muslim authorities. And they were thinking, that how we should just try to get out of it and join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. They were not only just meditating upon, but they were doing endeavor. So what is the learning? That we need to have endeavor. When the Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Ramkeli, Mayapur, they decided that we have to quit. Whatever we are doing, we have to quit. These Muslim authorities and these supremacists, we don't know. We don't want. We don't want their, golden coins at the end of the month. No, we don't want. But they were working on it. And they took a vow there. That was Purusha Charana vow. What is this? That one has to, under the guidance of an expert guru, follow this. And what is this following? Rising up early morning, chanting the Maha Mantra, worshipping the deities, and your wish will be fulfilled. But provided we have to be Dhrida Vrata and we have to take that Vrata seriously and do these things. Equally, when we take endeavor, which is very important. So we see how Rupa Goswami were planning and trying to execute the will to join and serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. So what once Rupa Goswami did, he gathered all his, accumulated all his wealth, all what the earning was, he divided it. 50% of that he just gave it in charity to the Brahmanas and the saintly people, needy. Yeah. And then left out 50%. Again, he divided into 25%. 25%, he gave it to the needies and the nearby relatives, whom he was supposed to take care of them. And the left out 25, he thought, okay, let me, use it for grooming so that I can leave this place and join in Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The same mood we find by Rishabhadevi. He's also saying, what is this human form, this human life? The ultimate goal of this, it is nothing but tapasya. Tapo divyam, yeah, putrakayena. He's saying beautifully in this shloka that what one has to do in one human life is full of vows. Once even Srila Prabhupada said that the devotees in the Grastashram, the Grahamedis, who are not properly into devotion, they are also following vows. I don't know how many of you all have seen. My both the adopted daughters, we got them married, in a Vaishnava Sampradaya format. So we call the devotees who can do the marriage ceremony in the Vaishnava style. So what happened is anything and everything, every minute thing that they were doing, they were explaining to the girls side, to the boys side. The 7 peras that we say, 7 circumlaring. So we only feel, because we have seen in the movies, everywhere, Saat Pere. It says Saat Pere is one. But what is the meaning of it? Every step has got meaning for the girl towards boy and the boy towards girl and the two families. Trust me, hand on my heart, when this marriage ceremony was going on, we made arrangement of, keeping speakers everywhere. If somebody is in the, a hall somewhere speaking outside, or somebody is taking some snacks, or somebody is, sitting idle. So when they hear this, they used to get up and come near the pandal where the marriage was happening. And by the time this marriage happened, they all, maximum of them, they said, our marriage happened, but nothing was told to us like this. So what to do now? So the Pujari was saying, okay, now you got to know. So whatever is left now, you now try to follow. So as Prabhupada also said that as a Grastashram, we are Gaurya Sampradaya, the 4 Sampradayas, the ashramas, Brahmacharya Ashrama, Grastashram, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. They have vows to fulfill. So if we try to see, we learn in this shlokas about the cooperation between the husband and wife. That's why it's a chaste wife. See, if the husband wants Sita, you must also imbibe yourself with the qualities of Ram. What is that? First thing is tolerance. Whether husband or wife, it is applicable to both the families. Yeah. Later on comes love, because cooperation is there, trust is there. Yeah. In ISKCON also, all the Maharajas, if you ask any of the Maharajas, how you people, all the sannyasis, all the Diksha giving Maharajas, all the top level Maharajas, they really have so much of trust and faith and love among themselves. So in one of the meetings, somebody was asking, so they said, Prabhupada taught us this. Prabhupada has done this spoon feeding to us. Imbibe yourself with these qualities. These regulative principles, these 4 promises that we take during our initiation. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, so why is this regulative principles? So that you bind yourself. And if we see, that is devotion. And if you see in materialistic also, when we are getting married, we are taking 7 vows. Yeah. If you see in ISKCON, Prabhupada has made so beautiful rules that just the person, even if you're new, I'm sure, because all my classes where I'm taking my classes, I try my best to take these devotees for at least 10 to 12 days or plus for a vacation, whether it is, we have been twice to Europe, twice to US, many a times to Mayapur, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Govardhan Eco Village. Why? So that they can see themselves. And we try to stay overnight. And what is the aim behind it? So that they can see and try to imbibe that, yes, we can do it. It's not difficult. For your children, you get up, so because the bus is going to come and pick them, or you have to drop them on time before the assembly bell rings. This is in the head of the mother. And if the father is dropping, so you get up accordingly. Same way, we need to understand that unless and until I follow this, I bind myself to these rules and regulations, I will not able to fulfill what I'm taking from my Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru, because they are promising us that they will deliver us through this disciplic succession to Krishna. This is so very important. So if you see devotees who are in devotion, they bind themselves, like even when you're preparing yourself for initiation or when you're towards devotion, what happens? You try to get up early morning, you try to do your chanting, you try to offer prasadam to Lord, you do the artis regularly. Yeah. All this reading, listening, singing, it is your own purification of that 84 lakhs janmas bag that we are carrying. And in Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada says, give and take benefits. A mother, she is waking up the child by singing, Jayo Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, and you're putting your child bath, you're getting the child ready. Yeah. And what is the non-devotee mother is doing? Come on, get up. Come on. My little one's name is Saksh. Come on, Saksh, get up. You're not getting up? Okay. Yeah. You just drag that child to the bathroom, just hold that child, tightly, just, brush. And the child sometimes is grumbling, crying, or, doing some tantrum. You don't bother that, sometimes you'll give 1 or 2. No, I don't do this. Yeah. As I said, the moment we are singing at home, yeah, samsara dhava nalanidha loka tranaya karunya ghana ghana tvam praptasya kalyana gunanavatsya vande guru shri charanaravinda. Imagine 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30, you're singing and you're trying to wake up your children. They will get engrossed into this music. There is no tantrum. There is nothing. Why? Because when you talk one thing, shut up, you idiot, you stupid, you don't have responsibility. Always, I have to wake you up. Why don't you take this responsibility? This is not happening at all with the devotees' family. The father is singing, Gurudev, Krupa Bindu. So when the father is singing, the children are looking. And the mother is running with tulsi mala, flowers. They don't have time for all this, meaningless things. They are already engrossed. Hearing, doing it, following it, it's all on the same path. If you see the devotees, they are chanting. But what are the non-devotees doing? They are also chanting. What they are chanting? I don't know which train I'm going to get. I got late. The wife will say, same old song every day. I got late, but I was waking you up so many times. I gave you 4 times, 5 times tea. Children will say, what, Papa? Yeah. Meaningless. It's not going to help. It's not going to help at all. Change. Now is the time. You need to change. Yeah. So when you have songs, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. You'll see your children also. Hare Krishna, Mama bye, Hare Krishna, Dada bye, Mama. See how the environment change. There is a change. This is the vow that we actually need to have and implement. And there is a change. And this is what we are learning from these shlokas. There is a very beautiful, small story. I mean, just 2-line story. Somebody approached once to Srila Prabhupada, and then Prabhupada was saying the story to somebody, saying that, a saintly person gave a solution to a married husband, because he was complaining what to do. I can't help myself. After so many years of marriage, my wife doesn't change, she showers, arrows, fire. So every time there's a fight. So the sage said, okay, I have a solution. He was jumping. Really? What is the solution? He said, yes. Yes, Sindhumataji. So the sage said, take this Ganga Jal. And the husband said, really? If I drink this, it is going to help me. No. The saintly person said, hear me properly. You know when your wife is going to bombard you. When is the fight going to happen? How long it is going to prolong? You know this better. So in front of her, just take this kamandal of Ganga Jal, take a sip. Take a sip, hold that in your mouth. Do not swallow. So he said, how long? He said, till the time your wife looks at you and says, finish. No point. I'm breaking my head and this fellow is sitting with Ganga Jal. So what is the moral of the story? When there is a fire, we need to put water. If we back answer, front, if it goes on and on, yes, there's going to be a big fight. And by fight, we break, we cannot make. This is one of the vows of the 7 vows. Yeah. It says, oh, my dear wife, if you're in trouble, I will take that trouble to myself. And the wife says that I promise you from my side that there should not be any trouble coming. I will stand like a boundary. See, it is the fulfillment of the vow. Another one story. Is it okay? I'm saying small stories. Is it okay?
Wonderful.
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Very nice.
Yes, Mataji.
So there was one more small story. Of course, directly Prabhupada said this. So what happened is, in Germany, there was a preacher. He was a good preacher, but the wife did not like him preaching. So many a times, some followers or some student kind of, groups, they will call him that, come, please, please speak on this topic or speak on this topic. So once it so happened, the group of students came home. Now the wife said, oh my God, I hate what my husband speaks. And these crazy people, I don't know how they tolerate him. And that was going on and on and on, for half an hour, for 1 hour. No, wife couldn't tolerate, she just came and says, he is fool, speaking all this nonsense. I don't think that you are, I am really, you all are putting me in question of your intelligence. So we were like bewildered. We said, my God, we look her husband, we take him as a role model when he speaks. Wow. And I mean, as wife, she has no value for it. And the husband, he smiles and says, this is her love, she is sarcastic, and then he continued. The wife got more angry, she got more bewildered, and she went to the kitchen and she started banging the vessels. So the husband coolly is saying, yeah, this is, form of clouds, okay, let's go to the corridor. I have a nice veranda. We will sit there. So the mother, my wife got more angry that somehow I wanted him to stop with this noise, but he's not. And he has now gone to the corridor. So adjacent to the corridor, there was a terrace where it opens, So she takes the bucket of water with anger, and she, right where the husband was sitting and preaching, she just pours on him. Even then, the husband smiles to everybody and says, didn't I tell you all when she went to the kitchen that the clouds are forming? So when the clouds are formed, it has to rain, isn't it? And he continued his preaching. And then that's the time the students, some of them, they understood, and they were laughing. So what is the moral of the story? She's trying to stop him, but he knows that if I stop, many of them who are depending on him, on the will of the Lord, their progress will be hindrance. So his love towards his wife, whatever act she's doing, he's overlooking that and continuing with his service. This should be our mood. This should be our endeavor. Yeah. So once, somebody asked Prabhupada, married life gives happiness or brahmacharya? So Prabhupada said, what is this question? It's not like that. If you see that happiness doesn't mean that happiness is getting by accepting brahmacharya or getting married. Even Bhakti Vinoda Thakur was a grahastha. He was practicing his Krishna consciousness. He was very happy. His son, we all know him and how the disciplic succession is there. So what is important? Being in Krishna consciousness, following Krishna consciousness is very important. Whichever ashram you are into. So dear devotees, it is very, very important that we have, I just will take you to the last shloka once again, which I thought is very, very important. Sindhu Mataji, thank you for appearing. Hare Krishna. Don't worry, nowadays I'm not biting anybody. Everybody's scared of coming on the screen. So this 24th shloka I felt is very important because it says before taking his meal, the husband must first seat the acharyas comfortably and along with his relatives and friends. So whenever we are doing any purnahoti, any vrata, see, even when we do Ekadashi, today's Dwadashi, isn't it? Morning, though I am alone now, but still, my Guru Maharaj always says, he used to say in his earlier times also, wherever you are, once you have cooked the prasad, take a plate, bang, or try to ring bell. If somebody comes, give some prasad. We staying in the cities and all, how that is possible. So what we can do within our reach on Ekadashi or Dwadashi, we must do charity. How that is possible? Call your security person. Call your housemaid, your caretaker or gardener. If nobody, your grocery wala, your doodh wala, your paper wala, your laundry wala, where you go for parlor or you take your children or your husband goes for saloon, yeah. Anywhere on Dwadashi day, you make some sweet of the grains, offer it to Lord with tulsi patta, try to give 1 spoon. I heard once lecture of Nitya Sevani Mataji, because she is born in a Gujarati family, Pushti Margi. She used to say from childhood, she's been, she was watching that somebody would come on the Dwadashi day, and the mother will keep ready a bag with some grains, dal, rice, sugar, some oil, some sweet jaggery, or some nuts, all these things, and they will give as charity. Yes, we must do charity. We have to do. See, if you see the 4 ashramas, among the 4 ashramas, Brahmachari ashram, Grahastha ashram, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. Grahastha ashram is the only one ashram where you have got freedom of everything. You have freedom of getting married. You have freedom of getting children. You have freedom of going out and working and having wealth, accumulate wealth. You can have your own, everything. But same is not the case with Brahmachari, Brahmacharini. They're supposed to be very strictly following rules and regulations. Sannyasi, Vanaprasthas, they are also. So this Grahasthashram has to be so strong that it is the foundation for the other 3 ashramas. If we follow properly our sadhana in the Grahastha ashram, then only we are going to get good quality of Brahmachari and Brahmacharini, daughter and sons. They may become further the sannyasis, or they practice and then become Vanaprasthas. So Grahastha ashram, we have to be fortunate enough that we have been blessed, so much so. That's the reason here it is said, before taking his meal, that is, before we take meal, it was said here, before husband takes meal, first he has to give it to acharyas. That is, offer it, comfortably make those who have come, or call them, make them sit, and should control his speech. That is, don't speak mundane, speak relevant, limited. And on that day, it is said, like, if the female is pregnant, when we do this baby shower, or there is a Shrimantam, she has to be mauna. Why? Because knowingly, unknowingly, oh, that person, no, finish. That impression will come on the child, because it has gone through the nerves of your memory. See how delicate it is. Garbhadhana and Garbhadhara. These are the 2 samskaras one has to follow. These are getting washed off, because the coming generation, if you say you're supposed to do this, and say, why? Oh, come on, it is waste of time. In which world you are? Finish. No, you have to. They don't know. They are ignorant about it. We have to tell them. We must do this. Everybody must go to ISKCON temple and buy Samskara book. And you have all the Vidhi Vidhans in that. Yeah. And then it says, then the wife should eat the remnants of the obligation of the sweet rice cooked with ghee. Eating the remnants ensures, dear devotees, see, eating the remnants ensure a learned, devoted son and all good fortune. How very important. How very important. In some families, it is still a tradition ke husband ka jhootha khao. This remnants is one of the rituals. Yeah, because it says that their mutual understanding and love for each other will increase day by day. Because as the Kali Yuga is growing, on the door, the moment bell rings, the husband is shaking, that I am half an hour late, 21 topon ki salami darwaze pe hi. Why you're late? Yeah. So this is the effect of Kali Yuga. And we need to learn. Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching us so many samskaras, so many manners, how one has to follow. So with that note, I'm sorry I took a little more time. I'm sorry. So we stop here. And please take up the seva. We are 10 to 12 of us here. Tomorrow, I am going to call some of you so that we can take up the seva of making others also join. I hope you all will help me in this mission. How many of you all can take this? I cannot call Saloni Mataji because she is far.
I will try, Mataji. Saraswati.
Jai. Yeah, I need 4, 5. Yes, Girdhar Gopal Prabhu, you are in my list. From South Africa, it's going to be very, tedious for you. First of all, time. But then I'll give you some names so that you can send them the, message at least. Yeah, I will do that. And Sindhu Mataji, yes. Saraswati Mataji, yes, yes, yeah. So I will, Ambika, even I want you to help me, please, yeah.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji, sure.
Hare Krishna, yeah. Sudha Mataji, I will not spare you. I take
Yes, Mataji, sure.
yeah. Tomorrow, because I'll be traveling, so on the way, I will have almost 1 hour. So that's the time I will send you all the messages and your daytime, we can speak them. Yeah. Okay. So with that note, we